Good morning, everybody. Everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Have you got a good morning song, Rebecca? Do you sing a good morning song?
Morning.
You know the sound is up. Let's turn it down.
My class.
No, not yet, baby. I'm charging the tablet for you so that you can have your class. Remember what I said to you, the clock?
Yeah.
When it gets to number 12, then it's time for class.
I can brush my teeth.
You go brush your teeth.
I don't know.
Right. Good morning to everybody. Oh, I forgot to put my banner up. Sorry. We'll do that so that we don't look like. Oh dear. I'm not going to put it up now because it's just like a mission to. We'll put the tunes topics behind that. Good morning, everybody. Although I should be wearing my. Let me put it on actually. I should be wearing this. Oh. Let's put it on. It's Friday. Friday again. I don't even know how. How did we get to Friday already? It's already Friday. So, the weekend. What do we do in the weekend? We're going to try and do as little as possible and chill and relax and have a nice weekend. Because last weekend was a very busy weekend. Okay? We were go last weekend. Okay, but
I still have to do my stuff.
anyway, so it's Women's Month here in South Africa. So, I've been postponing it a bit because I've been trying to get a little bit of. I have inspiration, but I was trying to figure out what I was actually going to do. But now I know what I'm going to do. So, I did a little drawing so that I kind of knew where I was going. So basically, I'm going to make cakesicles. I got new cakesicle molds, the little mini ones. I normally have the little. I've got like one that looks like a little Christmas tree, but and I thought that would be fun, and I realized that it actually was not very universal. So I can really only use it for like Christmas time or whatever. So I had really large ones of these, and they're far too big. So I went and got the minis, which is much better. It's equivalent to the other small one, and I do find that this is a little soft. So I've got to be careful that I don't overfill it so that it expands. But this is the standard mini cakesicle mold, and it's universal. You can do all sorts of different designs on it. So, because it really is the first time I'm using this particular mold, I haven't really used it yet. I haven't had a chance. I'm going to do cakesicles today. So, if you've been on my Facebook page and you've been following me, you will see that, and on Instagram, I have been paying tribute every Sunday to a special lady that's in my, special person, special woman, specifically a special woman in my life every week. So it is very personal. It's they're all very personal, very good friends of mine, but each person has a business or does something on the side hustle or something where they're quite creative, and I just thought it would be great to try and promote what they do. So and just pay tribute to them, for all the things that they do for me and how they help me out with things. So each one, so there's 4 ladies that I have. Yes, there's 4 ladies that I have paid tribute to every week. So I've decided to create a cakesicle for each lady. So 2 have already gone up on my website, on my Facebook page. There's one this weekend, and then one for the last weekend of August. So each cakesicle is inspired by each one of these ladies. So I just want to check my my chocolates that I just want to heat it up again to dip my cakesicles in. So basically, the first one is for Mrs. Huster, which she was the first one that I posted about. She's a fellow streamer. She's a superhero in my eyes. She has got 3 kids. She homeschools them all. She's pregnant with the 4th. She homeschools and she finds time to stream, and she's a qualified homeschool teacher, and she's trying to develop, or she has been developing workshops and that kind of stuff for other moms and teachers who want to become homeschool teachers. So yeah, I mean, she's hectic. She will tell you she fully embraces the barefoot and pregnant 50s style kind of person, which is really cool. She's a really funky lady. So I'm going to do that cakesicle in like inspired her inspiration. Her colors for her stream, and that she goes with these bright bold colors of orange and red and yellow. So I'm going to, and she's got this like tartan design. So I'm going to, I don't know if I'm going to get this right. I'm not sure if I'm going to get any of these right. It's an idea of what I want to do, but whether I get it right or not is
Mom,
we shall see. Well done. And what about wiping your face? Because now you've got toothpaste everywhere. Don't wipe your face though. And brush your hair. 6-year-olds, to try and get them to do things that they're supposed to do. So basically, for Mrs. Huster, we're going to go with her plaid or tartan design. I'm going to try and airbrush it. I am super stoked about being able to airbrush chocolate because I struggle to color chocolate. I don't know if anybody else does. I've tried all the tips that they tell you where you can use powders, because you can't add liquid as such to chocolate because then it congeals up and separates. Oh, much better, baby. So they say use powders. You want more paper? What color paper? What colors do you want? Huh? You want more pink? So you know the big bag that's by mommy's computer desk?
Yeah.
You look inside the big blue bag, the art bag that you took to school last year. It's inside there. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to airbrush the whole cakesicle in orange, and then I'm going to make like this tartan pattern in golds and red with glitter and really really try and glam it up. Just with a few, and I'm going to actually use hundreds and thousands because the colors that I have in my hundreds and thousands will go perfectly with it. And then she's quite, she loves wearing this like a headband with a big bow, blue bow, whatever, which is so 50s, kind of style. So I'm going to make a big blue bow and I'm going to glamour that up as well. Rebecca, you must use from the pads. Yeah, but don't take other stuff. And then I have another friend who is a writer and a creative writer, and she's also a fellow baker. And I posted about her last weekend, and yeah, she's also she's extremely creative. She's just like me. She likes doing crafts and doing all sorts of fun, loving stuff. But she is amazing at writing. So with her, I'm going to I want to keep her stuff simple and elegant. I'm going to use a little bit of like the idea that of writing, and I've got some inspirational words that I want to put on hers as well. And now, what have you got? Okay, some inspirational words, and then I thought what I'll do is I'll do some lovely little royal icing, little roses, and like a little bouquet of flowers on the top here. And I'm going to keep her stuff very much white and black, and I'll spruce it up with some pearls and some glitter, white glitter, and paint it with some shimmer white to really spruce it up. And then so I'm gonna, the other two, I'm not gonna, they also, but they're only coming. So one is coming this weekend, for on my Facebook, and then the one is on the last weekend. The one is a jewelry designer. She's the most amazing jewelry designer, and also obviously super creative. She does painting, she does all sorts of things. Yeah. So and her colors for her business and that is blue. She likes wearing blue a lot. So I'm going to stick with the blues and the silvers, and just like give it that like jewelry kind of feel. Unfortunately, I don't have those beautiful edible gems. You get these little gems that look like little diamonds. I don't have any of those, but I do have pearls and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to do a little bit of something that's along the line of looking like jewels in blues and silvers, and and make it look quite glamorous. And then the last one is a friend that is like my sister from another mother. I speak to her daily. What do you do? I speak to her on a daily basis. We're always talking. And she's also quite creative, super OCD, super organized, but that's a plus in my eyes. But one of her side hustles is that she makes these beautiful, beautiful mosaics. Actually, she's done one for me. Let me show you. So she's done these for me, which I still have not managed to find a way to get them up because we can't seem to drill holes in our walls, but that's her creations. So following that kind of idea, I'm going to actually do.
Now can you get the scissors quickly?
No, where are your scissors? Go get your scissors. It's going to be easier for you to cut if you use your scissors. So I'm going to do something like a mosaic on her cakesicle with fondant, and yeah, and I might use some pearls here and there, but basically we're going to do like in pinks and purples and some blues, and follow that a little bit, or so each one will be inspired by each one of these beautiful women. Okay, so that's basically where I'm going with each one of these, and that's what we're going to do. Hopefully we will do it in the time space, and it won't take incredibly long or anything like that. So first things first is obviously to make cakesicles. Cakesicles are very much like very much the same as making cake pops. The only difference is that you're actually putting it into a mold. What's wrong? What's wrong? Yeah, look at that. You found all your scissors. That's why I keep telling you not to use mine, because you do have yours. So I'm actually just going to switch my logo off, because then you can see better. So just so those who have been following me with cake pops and all of that, and me complaining about my horrible chocolate, I have found a solution to my chocolate being in a better state of mind, and that is to add oil. Because it's not, it was super thick, it's still super thick, so I'm actually going to add more oil to it. So to actually, if you land up with a chocolate that is not actually melting properly and it's quite thick, the solution is adding oil. And yeah, I'm like probably like half a cup to a cake to 2 kgs of chocolate, and it will thin it out and yeah, make it runny like it should be. It's been like a chocolate chronicles with me, and you know, when I'm doing cake pops and cakesicles and stuff like that, where I'm battling with the chocolate because it's too thick. So I'm actually just using old chocolate. I know I'm just trying to use up the last lot. These aren't going out for customers or anything. This is going to be perfect for it. So it's just for me to demo and, you know, just to have a little bit of fun. But I shall be getting new chocolate soon. But at least I know now what to do with my chocolate instead of getting super cross with it. And actually adding the oil almost actually helps with the flavor, because you know sometimes baking chocolate doesn't really taste that great. I mean, this one tastes good. It's not like it doesn't, but it actually just helps it a little bit more. So that's also quite cool. I do, so like I say, there's a few splotches and all that kind of stuff. I'm not too stressed by it because I'm going to airbrush. I think what I'm actually probably going to do is I'm probably going to airbrush all of them in the colors. So the one I'm airbrushing orange, I think 2 of them, the mosaic and the writing one, I'm going to airbrush in a shimmer white. And so I'll start off with those 2 because it's white, and then the jewelry one I'm going to do in like a shimmer blue, because I want to do hers in different shades of blue. So I'm not too stressed about that. Yeah, I've got little bits of purple in here, although it's supposed to melt. I'm not sure why it's not melting though, because I had purple chocolate and there were crumbs in it. But like I say, this is not for customers. I won't use this for customers at all. It's just for me to have fun with. But you can see the difference by putting oil in, how it's super runny, and which is how I need it to be able to dip. Okay, so I had melted this earlier on because there was quite a lot and I needed to get it melted. Because I didn't want to sit waiting for it to melt on live. Okay, so I'm just gonna, oh, that's stuck. Okay, I'm just gonna pop this on the stove and leave it there. And then we're gonna make some. So again, I've got leftover, I have leftover rainbow cake that I had put in my deep freeze, this is the perfect, so when you've got leftover cake, and even if it's, so like this was sheet cake, so it already has buttercream in between. So so I'm not really going to need to add buttercream to this because it already has buttercream in between. But this was a leftover sheet cake, and because I only needed a certain amount of it, and unfortunately I still have to make the full sheet. So this was left over, so I just chopped it up, put it in the deep freeze, and then when I want to do stuff like this, then you just pop them out, take it out, and then you use it for your cakesicles, and it's perfectly fine. Works well. So I just want to wash my hands.
Always have to wash your hands.
Always wash your hands, hey, especially when you're working with food.
Yeah.
So we're going to just make some. So I'm going to just use a knife to. I took this out of the deep freeze last night, and then I've just kept it in the fridge. Because it's rainbow, I don't want to crumb it too much. Well, I mean, it will be crumbed quite a lot, but I don't want to turn it into I don't want to turn it into like a dough mushy kind of truffle thing, because then you're not going to see the colors. So I don't, I make it into a nice fine crumb. And I won't need to add, I shouldn't need to add, I might need to add just a little bit more of a buttercream, but because it's got buttercream in between the moisture of the cake and everything, I shouldn't need to add. If it was just straight plain cake and it didn't have buttercream, I'd need to add buttercream. Exactly the same way as you would do a cake pop. There's no difference. I'm going to use my hands just now. This is actually enough to make more than 4. So I probably will make more, but for now I'm just going to do 4. Or I might just do more so that I've got extra just in case I need to redo. Except I can't find more. I can't find my cake pop sticks. I've literally found 4, and I'm pretty sure I have more than 4 lying around somewhere. I can't seem to find them. I thought I had them in one space, but they're not there. So I mean, this makes it, you can see, like if I mix this too much, it's eventually just going to become like a brown mush, which is why I don't really want to crush it up too much. Because you kind of want to just keep all the rainbow colors in any case. And you know, for me, I mean, it's what I had left over, but this is perfect for the woman.
I used the stapler.
You use the stapler? You're using all my staples?
I used to do one.
I'm just going to pop a little bit of buttercream in. Just a small bit, just to make sure it's going to mix well. So also what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop them into a tray. Yeah. Just because, so normally what I would do is if I was making more than 4, I would make the shape, pull them out and just line them up on a tray and put them in the deep freeze. But because I'm only doing 4, I'm going to leave them in the mold. Actually, I kind of want to just try and see if I can keep these to 2 scoops, because I think 2 scoops may be enough, or a scoop and a half. Because I've got to be really super careful with this, because what I did find out when I did a test run of these with my daughter, I overfilled it, and because this is super soft, it's not as hard as my other ones, it lost this lovely shape. So I just need to make sure that it doesn't lose its shape. So I'm going to say, for future reference, 2 scoops in here is perfectly fine to keep its shape. Maybe a scoop and a half, just so that it falls to the top. It's not full to the top. So let's do another scoop, which will spread out. Yeah. So I kind of want to try and keep it in that nice small, you know, this thin, sleek shape that it is, and not make it spread out, because that's what happened with the last ones that I did, and then it landed up spreading out, and they were actually ended up being quite fat, which I was not happy about at all when I was fiddling with them. My daughter wanted to make cakesicles, so we did that. We'll just try and make sure that we keep it in shape. So normally what I would do is, if I'm making a whole lot, I would just now pop it out like that and put it on a tray, and then I can make a whole lot, and I don't need to have multiple molds. That's just a little tip for those who think that they need, you know, if you're going to do, you know, last year I made for an event last year in for Heritage Day in September last year. I made 250 cakesicles, the bigger one, the very large one. My house was overrun by cakesicles, and it was the bigger cakesicle mold because it was all that I could get my hands on. Because of lockdown, I was not able to order anything, and it was all that I could get my hands on. And sure, I bought 7 of these molds, and it was actually unnecessary because I could have done exactly. It would have been far quicker for me to do it like I do now. But you live and learn, right? And that's exactly what happened. I learned that I didn't need 7 cakesicle molds. I just needed the one mold to then pop them all out, and and then you just pop them into the deep freeze as is. But I'm because like I said, I'm not going to be doing more than 4, so I'm just going to leave them in the mold. Actually, it might be more like 2.5 rather than 3. But let's just keep it that way. It's keeping its shape, so I'm happy with that. And just like cake pops, you're going to pop them in the deep freeze for about 20 minutes, just so that they can harden enough, so that you can dip them. So the whole point of sticking them in the deep freeze is so that they harden up, so that you can pop them into the chocolate. Because as it is like this, if you pop it in, they're too soft, and as you pull out the chocolate, this will get lost. It will drop into the chocolate. So you do need it to. But yeah, you just need it in the deep freeze long enough so that it doesn't come off the stick. Exactly the same story with cake pops. Oh, Rebecca, time for school.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, just give me a minute. I need to just set my daughter up with her school and take her to the bedroom, my baby.
Okay.
You need all your goodies.
Okay.
Do you have cookie pens and everything in your bedroom?
Yeah. Okay. I did have to strap one more thing up.
Come here, bud.
Okay, come in.
You're waiting. They're ready. Waiting. Oh, let's take this off.
Wait. Oh, don't forget.
Rachel, okay, because you got anything? Come, I've got both your sisters and your blue.
Okay, because I have a bag right here.
Sorry, the joys of online schooling. Okay, so we're going to do one more. Right, I'll make the rest of this later. I'll just put a dish towel over it so it doesn't dry out. And I'll make the rest first later. You can also make these like I'm going to do with those. I'm going to make them and then I'm just going to leave them in the deep freeze should I need cakesicles for something, for for something else, and then they're already in the deep freeze waiting to be dipped and ready with. Okay, so what's very important is that you dip your sticks in your chocolate first before putting the sticks inside. What happens is obviously the chocolate then sticks inside and then will secure the stick inside the cakesicle. Same thing if you were doing it with the cake pop. You would then dip it into a stick, dip the stick in the chocolate. It's for extra security so that when you dipping, it's holding onto your cakesicle. So I'm going to pop these into the deep freeze for 20 minutes. And you can see I've got some really big pieces and stuff like that, but that's because of it being a rainbow color. If it was chocolate or vanilla, I would have mushed it up even more and had it more almost like a truffle. Okay, I'm going to pop these in the deep freeze. Okay. Right, so while I'm waiting for that, because it's going to go in the deep freeze for 20 minutes, my chocolate is doing well. We'll keep it melted. I'm going to, one of the things that I need to do is we need to create my mosaics. So I'm just going to create some mosaics, basically, out of some fondant. And I need to cut my words up. So I had some so I went and had some words printed in edible print, which I'm going to use the probably some of the shorter words because I didn't realize that this is actually far too big. So I'm going to use the shorter words. It's fine. It'll still serve its purpose. So my mosaics, I want to just want to get a flat surface. I need to mix colors and all that kind of stuff. Although my cakesicle, I think it's not. I'm going to have to kind of keep them a bit soft, so that it can, so that they can mold in the shape of the cakesicle, as opposed to sitting flat on top. So I'm just going to mix a couple of colors. Let me see what I do have. Out of some gum paste. I don't actually have, no, I don't have any colors at this point. I've just got black. Had made a whole lot of black, so I've got a lot of black, black left. So I'm going to use my white and I'm going to mix a few colors. So I think I'm going to go with this kind of inspiration, you know, with pinks and purples and different shades of blue. So I think, yeah, I must make some purple, a little bit of pink, and I'm not going to need a lot because the cake is not very big. So actually, I'm like just thinking that I'm going to mix the colors. By the time I'm done with mixing the colors, I'll probably it'll probably be time to take the cakesicles out for them to be dipped. So yeah, because I just popped them in now. 20 minutes should be long enough. Let's see. So we're going to go pink, and I want at least 2 shades of blue. And possibly some purple and maybe a little bit of green. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to airbrush it. Oh, I don't have a box. I do have a box. Do I have a box? I'm going to airbrush it like the shimmer white. So I'm going to make some of shimmer white as well. And then I think a little bit of green, but like a nice light lime green kind of color. So those are the colors that I'm going to use. I'm not going to, and then I will use, just trying to see, the jewelry one. Could use a little bit of gold in there, gold and silver. Not too sure what. Okay, so what did I say? We're going to go. We're going to go a pink, a purple, 2 shades of blue and green. Okay. And then I'm going to pop it into some kingway. So pink, purple, 2 different shades of blue, and a green. Okay. Sweetie, this side. And this side. Shame, my poor dog, she can't go outside the one side because our door is actually broken, our dining room door. I'm always going to tell her to come this side. And I don't think I really want super bright colors. I just want more like, you know, pastel-y kind of colors. So I'm not going to go too dark. And then I'll spruce it up with some shimmers just to make it look glamorous. Shimmers and sparkles always make these kind of things look really, really beautiful. I find I'm terrible. I like adding that kind of stuff to it because it really does make it look much nicer and not so bland and dead and boring. Yeah, sometimes if you don't add the shimmers and stuff, it really does kind of look dead and boring. Okay, so I'm just going to pop these into some cling wrap because I don't want them going hard while I'm mixing each color. Okay. Purple, and again I run it in the color range so that from pink to purple to blue it doesn't cause any issues with the color mixing. I am so going. I do plan on doing a live about how to mix colors and how to get the colors that you want using just 6 colors. I only carry 6 colors. I don't have. There are some special colors that I keep. So like forest green I keep, navy blue I keep, brown I keep. Although I use cocoa a lot of the time. But I basically use 6 colors from the rainbow. So, and yeah, 7 colors actually. So I use pink. I only keep pink, purple, blue, yellow, orange, green. And I have a special red. So, and obviously I keep a special black. But other than that, I create all my colors just from those 6 colors. I don't go and buy a lot of. There's certain colors. Oh wait, I have special colors for things like for skin color and stuff like that. That I have special colors for. But even then. Okay, so I'm actually going to. I do have a navy. Let's see. I don't use the navy often. I use it only when people request it. But I do struggle to get navy. Well, actually, I don't. I can make it. I can actually make it. It's not that I can't make it. I can. It's not difficult to make navy. It's a little bit of. It's more blue and a little bit of purple. Okay. So we've got pink, purple, blue, and I just want another shade of blue, like a darker shade. Actually, I think what I might just do is just make it more like a purpley blue. So I'm gonna actually mix purple and blue. And I'm just using some vegetable fat to stop everything from sticking to my fingers. So we're going to pop a little bit of blue and a little bit of purple to give it a completely different color. Not a lot of purple, just enough to change the color of the blue. Because I want a darker shade of blue so that I have 2 shades of blue. And again, I'm going to spruce it up anyway. I'm going to dust the colors to give it that shimmer glass look. So otherwise it's dead. It looks dead. That one, what I think. It looks dead. Okay, and then we're going to just make some green. I kind of want it like a lime green. Oh, I don't know. We'll see. A nice bright color green. But obviously, my dirty fingers are going to taint the color. So I'm just going to wash my hands. Just a tip on how to get your hands clean from food coloring like this is to use a sunlight soap bar. One of those green soap bars. They, yeah, that's just the best. You can also use the Vanish ones. But yeah, those soap clothing bars are fantastic. Pink is always the one that sticks around the longest and the most on your hands. But yeah, pretty much you can see my hands are clean already. Oh yeah, that cleans perfect. I don't want it very dark or anything like that. I just want it like a limey kind of green, just to give it a little bit of oomph. Actually, I think I've got a cutter that I can use for a certain shape. Okay, so I'm going to use that. So we're looking at almost done with the cakesicles. So, because I'm just thinking now, because I actually want the mosaic to follow the shape of the cakesicle rather than it being hard and flat. So I'd rather just like prep everything a bit. So that's what I'm doing. It's just going to prep everything so that if you're keen, if you do watch this, because I see there's only 2 people in, if you do watch the rerun and you catch, we will be doing a live on Twitch tonight. Theme is Mexican, and I will be cooking some delicious nachos with some guacamole. And what's most important is that I'm going to make churros for the first time. I've never made churros before, so but I'll be live on Twitch doing that. I will send a post out this morning when I'm done here. What do I need? I want you to cut these up quickly so that. So the problem with this is that I'm finding, and I'm finding a whole lot of different kind of, I see. So what's happening? So the problem with edible prints is that it sticks. Oh, it's coming undone, yay. So it doesn't always come undone, so now look, it's stuck, and I'm not going to be able to get, no, okay. So what I'm going to do, so here's another trick. I'm going to pop this in the oven at 50 degrees, so very low heat. I'm going to pop it in the oven for like 5 minutes, if that, and then I'm going to pop it in the fridge for 10 minutes, and then it's going to come out nice and hard, and I'm going to be able to rip this off like a band-aid. Because the problem with edible prints is that if you don't, so I get them from a lovely lady down the road from me who does a fantastic job at printing these edible prints, and she has really good quality, and she doesn't, I'm yet to get some random, you know, where you get these streaks. I don't know if anyone's ever seen that. You get these streaks and stuff like that on your print, because what's happened is that the printer's warmed up too much, and it's printed too many sheets, and by the time that it gets to, like, you know, say it's like done 10 sheets, whatever, by the time it gets to 10 sheets, there's this black streak coming on your, I never get that, because she's really good. She's like, she does not print her edible prints in the afternoon. She only does them in the morning, because that's when it's cooler, and that's when it doesn't do all these weird and wonderful things, where it heats up and where it sticks to that acetate sheet. So it's always best if these sheets hit the sunlight, stick to that acetate sheet, and you cannot get it off. So the best thing is to just pop them in the oven, and that really works. Pop it in the oven for a couple of minutes, and then stick it in. It doesn't melt, so just put it in the oven, then put it in the fridge. Voila, you can get it off. It's pretty amazing. I'm also going to just set up my airbrush. I'm just going to go find a box that I can use. I've got an old cake box that's been used multiple times. So I'm just going to use this so that I can, which will actually work out pretty good because I will be able to do small things in here and then actually pack the box away. So that'll work. I'm just gonna pop it onto a high plate next to me. I'm just wondering. The main thing is that so the reason why I'm using a box for this kind of stuff is because you should be able to see inside. The reason why I'm using a box is because it gets like this very fine dust that sprays but everywhere, and it gets everywhere. So and now I'm like finding excuses as well to use the airbrush. Like any excuse, and I want to use the airbrush. Like, oh, I can use an airbrush with this. Oh, I can use the airbrush with that. So any excuse to use the airbrush. It's super fun to use. And I want to see what kind of, oh, I'm missing that. What kind of creative things that we can do with it. So I still haven't practiced enough to do the finer details. Actually, wonder if maybe what I'll do, that might look nice actually. What I might do is actually paint the one with the mosaics, a very light shimmer pink, which I've got, a super light shimmer pink, and then put the mosaic on top of that. That might actually look really good, along with, and then the other one I'll do in white. So I'll start with white, and then I'll do pink, and then I'll do orange, and then I'll do blue. Okay, and then obviously I always use a little bit of baking paper, especially I've got really coffee, old shitty crappy baking paper, which works fantastic for doing this. So I'm just gonna pop that in there as well, just for extra support, so that it's not getting everywhere. That should work. Just pop this in here. And then we put that on here, on the back here. So let's see. So we're going to do a shimmer white. So I need to mix the shimmer white. Oh, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix a shimmer orange. Oh yes, I think that will really look good. So I need a shimmer white, which I've got. So I'm going to do a shimmer white. I've got a shimmer peach, which will work really, really well. And then I've got a shimmer pink that's already, that I have already. So I've got a shimmer pink. Should come right now. Right. Okay. We should be good now. Sorry, what a silly person I am. I normally have I go through all my checklists and I'm like, yeah, done. And the very first thing I always do is connect my Wi-Fi. And for some reason, I did not do that today. Hence why we're struggling with the stream. Okay, but now we're back. I'm connected and we're good. Okay, so we're connected, we're good to go. Okay, so we need our cakesicles to also be at room temperature. So we've got some nice good chocolates. This has, yeah, it's sucked in. I'm gonna have to try and get it out at another stage. I wanted to take it off, but I can't. Okay, that's fine. We will live with it. I'm just gonna put some baking paper down so that I can put my cakesicles on it. Okay, so we're gonna put the cakesicles here. So the whole point, same with cakesicles, cake pops. Chocolate needs to be room temperature-ish. And when I say it's room temperature, if you can stick your finger in without burning your finger on the chocolate, your chocolate is done and ready. Okay, so how pretty is that now? So this for me is okay, and it shouldn't crack. This is why I wanted to. We're gonna just dip. And always, so this is the reason, just turn the camera a bit. Just want to turn the camera up. There we go. This is the reason why you need your cakesicle to be refrigerated, because you can see I'm manhandling it a little bit by shaking the chocolate. Okay? And if you didn't do that, it would fall completely off the stick. And you want to shake that chocolate off. Okay. What's going on? Your lion?
Yeah.
Where? Oh, did you make was it meant to be a lion? I thought it was meant to be a flower. But it's a flower lion. That's cute, babe. Well done. Do you need leaves? Okay. Very nice, mange.
Hey, Mom. I put them together. And then I want to bring it to school, and I write it.
You can take it to school on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay, when you go back to school on Tuesday.
Right.
So, with any kind of cake pops or cakesicles kind of thing, you want actually as much chocolate in here for dipping. Okay, this is quite a big pot, hence why I'm not where it's not. I'm like, but I mean, there's more than enough chocolate in here. There's, it's just that now because it's a big depth, depth of, width. My old double boiler, which I still have, but is narrower and deeper. So we just give it a shake so we can get as much chocolate off it, because the whole point is that, like, now it's, you see, it's nice and clean. It doesn't have long bits dragging off it or anything like that. So I'm trying to decide whether I should do a second dipping. I never know. I think for because we wanted to make it look really, really nice, I might need to do a second dipping. But I just want to give it a couple of minutes because I want to see if anything cracks. Because also what will happen is that if you do a second dip, so it cracks and then you can do a second dipping, then it'll cover up those cracks, and then it'll be fine. But if you do that second dipping too quickly, then both layers will crack. So the reason why you do second dipping is one, let's see if we can see it clearly on the camera. I don't know if you can see it. No, see, so on the camera you can't really see it, but maybe in the angle, you can see the cake coming through. So it wouldn't be so bad if it was vanilla cake, but rainbow cake or chocolate cake, it almost discolors the white chocolate. So it kind of shines through it, and then like kind of doesn't make it nice. And so there we go. Okay, so I want to actually do that so that I can have, I want to tip it so that I can have a deeper dipping area, because I didn't need this much chocolate. There's a lot here, but I need the bulk of it to be able to dip. You want to dip and take out quickly. You don't want to hang it around or anything like that, because then it can come off the stick. Okay, and you can see that it does dry super quick. I mean, it's ready, but I'm going to do a second dipping. So we're just going to dip again. That's better. So now by second dipping, you would do it, obviously if it cracks, you can second dip to hide the cracks, and then also so that you can't see the especially if it's like this rainbow cake or chocolate cake. I prefer to do a one-time dip, because then it's not so thick with the chocolate. Kids tend to not like that. They tend to not like so much chocolate. I don't know why. They want to eat the cake and it becomes too rich. So I prefer to do it one dip, but unfortunately when it comes to rainbow cake and chocolate cake, you have to dip it twice. Otherwise you see it. So when I do my marshmallow pops or my marshmallow pops or what I'm going to be doing for Halloween, which I'm going to keep until next month, until October, because in October I'm going to make them for one of the live streams. Then I'm going to actually leave it looking a bit off because it's Halloween, so I want it to look a bit off. Just a thing that if you put too much buttercream in your cake mix, it will, like an oil, will seep out eventually, and you don't really want that. So if you ever see that happening, it's because you put too much buttercream into your cake mix. Okay, so that's us done with chocolate. We don't need it anymore. I'm gonna just leave it to cool, and then I will I'll pour it into molds to set later. Okay, so we're going to do, okay, so that one's, yeah, so as you can see that they actually set very, very quickly. I can touch it and it's fine. Are you done? Okay, good girl. That's fine, babe. Yes, yeah, because it runs out after 45 minutes, babe. Okay, so I'm gonna mix. Sweetie, I don't know, she's either in the room or she's outside, I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna mix some shimmer white. So I'm gonna go from the lighter colors to the darker color, so that I don't have to clean this too much in between. Okay. So this is the beauty of cakesicles, because this is quick. Once this is done, obviously then you can get on with decorating. So we're gonna do some shimmer white. Rebecca, if she's not inside, she's outside. She's probably lying outside in the sun. Yeah, this side, babe. Oh, you want to go out that way? Where is she? I don't know where she is, babe. Is she not? Hey? Is she that side in the sun? The joys of live streaming, sorry, especially when your child is at home, you get a lot of disruptions like this. I just need to go and open the door for him. Okay, Rebecca, inside it. No, line it up on the side where you can drop it. So if you're go outside of the hay, sweet. I don't want you to lose. Okay, so for this purpose, I'm actually going to use, which I need to get more of. I'm going to use my quick dry. You really do need to have it quite liquidy, otherwise it will, okay baby, stop shouting, my babe. It will block up your I have forgotten about my totally forgot about my lettuce. They've been in there. Going to put them in the fridge. You can see they didn't burn or anything because it's on very, very low heat. Okay, so this needs to be really, really liquidy for it to not clog up. Okay, you really don't want it to clog up. I'm just going to run a little bit of water through here to make sure it's clean because I'm using white. Don't want. And I don't want it to dirty my color. I did clean it, so just so you know, this was cleaned and everything before. And now. Before I packed it away and everything, I did definitely clean it, but I just want to make sure that there's nothing plugged up or, and I'll keep the water too. And you just spray it in the box. Yeah. Oh. I'm going to turn my camera for you and see what I'm doing. Let's see if I can get the camera to turn over. Oh, it's at a funny angle. Here we go. Let's see if I can zoom in for you. Okay. So we're going to zoom in a bit so that you can see better. Right. So I'm just going to pop my mixed in color, my white shimmer, and then I'm going to pour it into here. Okay. And I always spray a bit just to get it out, to make sure it's coming out. Not. It's not happy. I'm going to mix a little bit of water in there as well. I find the water does actually help it be a little bit more liquidy and not get clogged up. So if you back it like that and then it bubbles, you can get all the anything that's flopped out. The thing with the quick dry is that it, especially if you're using powders, especially if you're using powders, is that it blocks up with the powder. But again, this is made out of quick dry and powder. So why is it not? There we go. There we go. Oh, there we go. Okay. Right. So we've got it working. We're going to just spray paint it white. I don't know if the white spray paint is really going to work as well as I feel like it should. But if anything, I'll get a nice white shimmer with it. Nice shimmer on it. Alright, now that's working well. So I think a mix of the quick dry, because the thing is that you want it to dry quickly. So I think a mix of the quick dry and the whites works. And a little bit of water will work well. You just do this inside the box so that it doesn't spray all over the place. As you can see, it goes everywhere. Okay, so I'm just gonna I'm not going to stress too much now. I'm going from white to the pink. If anything, it will make my pink a little lighter. But these bottles that are pre-mixed, you need to shake really well. Otherwise, yeah. When I spray painted the gold onto my cake pops that I did a couple of weeks ago, it came out so beautiful. This is meant to be a shimmer pink. I'm not sure if it's going to come out shimmer. Okay. So again, we just test it, make sure that it's coming out nicely. And there we go. We take our next one and we spray paint that one. And I don't want this one very dark, I just want this light pink, just to kind of, change the color of my chocolate. So as you can see, even with their premix, it's it gets stuck. So it's all very well saying so I'm just going to put a little bit of water to try and unclog whatever might be inside there. And I won't try and spray this through. I'll just empty it because I don't want it to go I don't want it to go back in there. I'll just empty it out. Yeah. Okay, let's try this again. See if we can get the pink to work. Baby girl, off, I'm busy. I'm busy. Okay. Here we go. There we go. That's better. If you're wondering what all that screaming is, it's my child. He is, we have a zip line. Okay, so we've got a nice, I don't know if you can see all the smoke. We've got a nice pink. I don't want it very dark, I want it light, like this, because we're going to use the blues and stuff on top of it. Okay, so we've got a nice pink. I'm hoping we're going to get the same with the orange. Let's see. So I'm just going to pour that in there like that, and then I will, I don't know, I'll either pour it back into my jar, or just empty it out. Rebecca, all I hear is my child shouting bad girl to my dog. So I'm just going to make sure it's unclogged before I do the next one. You can see that this is clearly a very finicky machine. And no matter what they say about how you mix colors and do stuff, even with their colors and stuff, it doesn't work. It gives you the same effort. You don't need a lot of color. It'll start off light, and it's it works on how many layers you will how many layers you put in. So I'm going to put a little bit of water in, and then I'll put a little bit of quick dry in the hopes that it will dry quicker because of it. If you don't have quick dry, you can use vodka. Make sure it's mixed really well and that it's really liquidy. Here's the camera. Here's the camera. There we go. Really liquidy. Okay. It mustn't be thick at all. Obviously not too liquid that you see nothing because of the water. But okay, so let's do some nice shimmer orange. I'm not winning with this today because I want to use the shimmers. So when you use the shimmers, this is kind of the thing that happens. Don't really get this Right, I actually want to be done by 12, but my child and her interruptions, and this now not working the way I want it to. Okay, let's try that. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go with good old orange, but I really didn't want to use orange. I wanted to use this. coming out. It's taking its time. Will come through now. Eventually. Maybe I need to open up a bit more. So this actually is the amount of air that goes out. Sometimes you're supposed to be going like one, really slowly, but sometimes if you just do that, it just kind of helps it through. One's dripping a lot or something. I don't know, it's a little chilly. I actually want it more orange than this. So I'm going to leave it like this. It is orange, but I want it more orange than this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it to dry and then I'm going to dust it. I'm going to dust it with that as well to make it more orange. And then I'm just going to quickly go and rinse this out because it's not going to work with the blue and I don't want it to taint the blue. Can you? I'm still busy. It would be nice if you actually come calling for me, okay? Can't come to you. What are you doing? Okay. But you have print in your bedroom. Okay. So that's that. Right, so then just clean. I'm going to run through some water through here because, like I said, I don't want the blue getting tainted. It's one thing to go from white to pink to orange, and that will work. But yeah, blue is a completely different color. Yeah. What's wrong? On what?
On David's clothing.
Oh, okay. So?
Now I had to wash it.
Okay.
And then I had to dye it.
Okay. Oh, that's all right, babe.
Yeah, please.
I have these amazing little teaspoons that say a smidgen and a pinch and a whatever on it. I bought them many, many years ago when I first came to Cape Town ever with my sister, and before the V&A looked the way it does now. And it's quite a nice memory to have kept, that I still have these little measuring spoons. So this is a very beautiful shimmer. I love it. I actually need to get some more of it because it's just so pretty. See, that should be liquid enough and there shouldn't be any issues. But yeah, who knows? You kind of need to pour it in before it starts to harden up. Okay, so this one's going to work quite well. Let's go. the using the quick dry is better. You get less splotches than if you use water to mix the colors. Because the quick dry. Drive is a lot faster. I'm not going to make the, again, I'm not going to go too much because I'm going to put other things on top of it. Ready? We have a nice blue shimmer hexicle. Right. And that's me done. I don't know what key that is, so just leave it. Don't put it back there. Okay, so that's finished. Right. So I'm just going to just clean my area here so that I can work on the hexicles now.
We find key the order out. We don't know where to be.
Right. My child, she's on another mission at the moment. She's an only child, and we're on isolation.
Watching for you.
We're technically in isolation, not because we are sick, but because somebody else is sick. So we all get put into isolation, and we're all perfectly healthy and there's nothing wrong. So, yeah, it is what it is. Okay, so what are we gonna think? Yeah, it is looking good. What I might do now, so what I like doing is that even though I've this kind of thing, even though I've painted it, airbrushed it, I can actually go over it and dust it, and then it just spruces it up a little bit more, which is awesome. I'm just going to wash my hands. I can't work with my hands like this because we're going to, you know. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is, first things first, whichever one's dry is the one I'm going to do first. Let's check which one's dry. Let me move my camera down again, and I will unzoom it. Or actually, I'll just leave the zoom in so that you can see better. I don't know why it's stuck. Oh, goodness me. Sorry. There we go. We'll look there in that area. Okay, so right, let's see. Let's get this nice and dry. We don't want it wet. Glitter, but everywhere. Okay, so it's sort of dry. It's not very dry. Just want to see whichever one is dry first. Okay, so that one's dry. So I'm going to do this one first because it's dry. And we said we were going to do pink. Oh, we're going to do, so this is the mosaic one. So while those ones are drying, I'm going to do this mosaic one first. Okay, so we're going to make tiny little mosaics. I'm going to stick them to here. Do I need, I'm just trying to think. I can cut the shapes. Right. So we're just going to make, we're going to use this as inspiration. Mainly that bit and a little bit of this kind of thing. Because I'm not very good at doing mosaics. So I'm going to just, yeah, draw from her stuff and make something from that. So this is gum paste. I don't actually think I'm going to need to use glue, but I do have it near me if I need to. Why are you using both thingies? What are you doing? My child has decided that she actually needs to do some kind of washing. Cleaning up day. Oh, what do you need in the drawer though? Because what's you need what? Oh, the pegs.
Yes.
But you can't get the pegs off the wash line
Why?
because you're too short, and I can't help you right now. So I might actually just need to use where is this? Actually, this. And I'm missing it. Yeah, I am missing it. I need to get my glue. Rebecca? Are there no pegs in here, maybe? How many pegs do you need? Why do you need so many pegs? How many pegs do you need?
The washing machine. So I don't want.
Okay, so I'm going to use a blob of glue on all of it because just to make sure that it sticks. Well, it is sticking. Okay. And again, remember I'm going to use some shimmers to change up the colors a bit, and so just use different shapes. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a burst of those there. And I'll do that in purple. So let me just purple and pink. Do a little bit of more of the other blue on here. So I don't need so much. And I think what's it with mosaics, the glass pieces have just kind of been broken and cut as how they come, kind of thing, I think. And then you kind of just have to work out where and how you're going to put them, which is what now I'm kind of doing. Oh. Because I haven't allowed this gum paste to dry, is the reason why I can just stick it on straight away. But you see, I wanted it to go in the shape, follow the shape of the cakesicle. So that okay, and then I think so we're going to go up like that, and then I'm going to do like a burst of those over there. And this will kind of take on other kind of colors and shapes as when I start to dust them. I'll just put a little bit of, I think maybe what I should do is do it from purple to pink, a little bit of green. So I want to make it like a teardrop. So I'm just going to cut out like a teardrop. Oh, that didn't work. It lost its shape. And I did that. My gum paste is quite soft at the moment. So I'll just it's also also I need to try and sharpen my knife. Okay, I'm going to take that one off because this one came out much better. What?
Is it lunchtime now?
Oh, it's almost lunchtime, my baby. Why are you hungry?
I'm stuck.
What do you want?
Maybe an apple.
Okay.
Then,
Oh, you can't even have a sandwich because there's no bread. We used all the bread this morning.
I have an apple.
Yeah.
And
So then I'm going to just put a little bit of pink.
apple.
Want some chippy?
Hello.
Marshmallows.
And what else is in the bottle?
There's. Do you want to pack your own stuff? Come, I'll cut you the apple, but you can pack yourself a tray of goodies. There's Monster Pops.
Marshmallow. Yogurt.
There is the yogurt.
That's all I
Okay. So you want to pack it? You want to make it yourself? Ah, that one's not sticking. I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue on to make it stick. Stretched. Oh, goodness. I don't know why my gum is soft today. This is why I need time to, for my, if I'm making figurines and stuff.
Whoa. Oh, my daughter and me. I'm taking 2 marshmallows to me and my ginger bear.
Okay.
And now, the daughter bear, so you get 2 of the same. Sorry, now I'm getting to my
So I kind of actually wanted to just like spread out a bit. So I'm not, I know that originally I just wanted to spread out as it goes out. And put some a little bit of green in and a little bit more blue in between. Got I will cut you an apple.
Oh, and the Sophia Blueberry. That's the one is mine.
So don't put too much on Build-A-Bears unless you're going to eat it all.
No, I'm just putting this 3 then I want to look.
Mhm.
Do I look like the percent? Make it so funky jump. And a little bit, not that huge. You should only eat a little bit. The bear.
Hmm.
I wanted to use it. I wanted it so without two stuff. Without plus when my yogurt that's one goal.
That's all you've got left. You're all finished.
Oh,
Rubbish, Rebecca. It's fine. Don't talk nonsense. Okay, so this is pretty much how I'm going to go with this one. And then I'm going to just
Spoonie.
shimmer it up. Let's put a little bit more blue in there. Dark blue. Hey, my baby.
Apple for apple.
All right. Apple for apple. I don't actually want to fill it up too much. I don't want to overdo it. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to just give it a couple of minutes to dry. And then I'm going to Rebecca? No. What are you doing? You want Sprite? So I'm just going to move on to the white one. I think it's fairly dry. It's got a blob on here, but you want to shim it down. Okay. So I'm actually going to dust this one a bit with some more white, which will probably dry it up some more. Rebecca?
Yeah.
I'm just checking. And I'm glamoring these up because women are glamorous. Women are always glamorous.
My glamorous and they're sweet. The pot. The puppies are good. The most way.
Okay. So I'm going to put, what I'm going to do with this one is that I'm going to, I kind of want to just keep it simple and elegant like this. And then I'm going to
Oh, and there's
so now you can see my
oh.
look at that.
Mommy,
Came off perfectly.
Mommy, you
Get that.
ran out of staples.
Yes. No, I didn't run out. You used all my staples. I didn't run out. You've used them all. And I keep telling you not to use them. Oh, this is kind of now really hard. Not quite what I was hoping for. And now it's going to crack. Oh dear. But actually, that might work to my advantage. Because I don't, because then this is not going to, oh yes, it's going to work to my advantage. So I still want the wording. I don't actually want as much of the white bits, but this now looks like. I did want the word creative. I could use, other words, but I'm finding obviously these are very long, and I don't want very long words. So because I left this in so this is just, be aware. I did my trick of putting these in the oven, and because I left them in the oven too long, it's gone, and then into the fridge, it's gone super hard, which is not also what you want, because you want to be able to, if you sometimes want to actually wrap it. Let's put the strong, and then originally I wanted to put a word for each person. That's why I have all these words, but I've changed my mind. I kind of like it just like, this is because she's a writer. I think this works well. And the jaggedness of this is going to work out well. So I'm quite happy about that, actually. Worked out to my advantage. So basically, I'm having these like that. I just want it to be like kind of like that, and then I'm going to do an arrangement of white flowers, white roses and flowers. So we're going to keep it in the white like that, just simple and elegant. I'm just going to use no, am I? I'm not sure. I feel like this might cause an issue.
Look what I did, Mama.
Okay, please don't waste them.
I only use 3.
So because they're hard, they're not going to wrap around, which is why I'm saying it's not quite ideal. But it's okay. We shall live with what we've done. And I think it's working out well. This is the wrong brush. It's got my glue brush. Okay. So just to stick them down. And then, so I'm just going to mix up some white Okay, what do you want now? I'm just eating. So all I'm going to do is just do a few little white roses, if I can find my the right nozzle. So I'm just going to use that. I need to mix up. Are you just eating that? You're pretending to be the. You didn't finish eating your sandwiches this morning. I've got white which white could you make another cup of tea? White royal icing, which is too thin, so I'm just going to thicken it up because I need it to hold its shape. And if it doesn't hold its shape, then obviously I can't have a nice pretty pattern. What are you doing, Rebecca? Please stop going into the fridge. Maybe if it's going to go into the fridge, it'll get a little cold in there. So I kind of need you to not go into the fridge.
Nice. Want to go and eat.
Why don't you go to your bedroom and you can put there in the nice warm sun that's in your room. Why don't you take one thing at a time? What I might do is do a little bit of a sprucing up of gold with this. Actually, that's a good idea. Just thought about it now. So, keep the roses white. Keep the roses white, and then I'm going to do little leaves, which I can paint gold. I don't actually want it too thick, or else it's not going to go through my piping bag, because I'm not going to use reusable piping bags. I'm using disposable ones. They are not the best to be with thick coil icing. But I'm not going to be doing a lot, so hopefully it will be fine. Okay, so that's thicking up, it's holding its shape. I'm only going to use the 3. I'm going to do a rose, a leaf, and a bit of a star, just to give it some dynamic. I hope this works, because I've never actually put nozzles through these piping bags before. So they may or may not work. And they might pop like that. Let's make it smaller. Because they're not very strong. Why? Yeah. That one might work. Let's make it smaller. So I'm going to do all of this in white. I'm going to leave it to dry for just a little bit. And then while I do the other stuff, and then I'm going to spruce it up. I'll do the dusting last with just about everything. So because it's only one cakesicle, I don't need a lot for each one. It's just enough for me to make something out of it. My poor neighbor, who's clearly the neighbors are not home, and they've left the dog by himself and he's crying. Not a happy dog. That's the first time I've heard him cry this morning, so they must have just. My monster probably does the same thing, so can't complain. Okay, so we're gonna make a lovely little arrangement here. So we're first gonna start off with some roses. And I don't think too many. Maybe one more. Okay. I'm gonna put some little stars in between. Maybe a star there and there. And then just a couple of leaves just to shorter leaves. And then, so I'm going to leave these to dry. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just spruce it up with, I'll paint. So it won't stay white like this. I'm going to shimmer them up with some gold and some white shimmer. Okay, so I think that's quite cute. I'm happy with that. I might actually just put a pearl there. So I'm just going to put a pearl over here actually. Which I think will look nice. I don't have smaller ones. Try and find my smallest pearls that I've got here to use. Okay, so that's that one done. A woman of not so many words, but writes the most amazing. You know, she writes beautifully. She turns my words into something elegant, because I'm not a writer by any means. I might be creative, but not when it comes to writing. So it's a whole other kind of creativity. Okay, so I'm going to shimmer up this one with some orange. I did want it darker. No, I'm gonna need to paint. Just trying to see. I'll use the blue. I'm going to shimmer the blue up. So I just want to shimmer this one up and get it going, because I still want to put a bow on it. But I did want it nice and orange. And the airbrushing didn't work as well as I thought it would. It worked really well with the pink and the blue, but not so much with this orange. So we'll just make it darker. So I mean, I didn't need to airbrush it. I just wanted to try airbrushing it. I could have just done this straight away, like this, onto the chocolate. I do think what's key is to actually So I used water with this one, and I didn't use water with the blue. And the blues definitely come out better, and it's dried faster because I use the quick dry. So, and I'm running out of quick dry, so I actually need to make it more. So I don't do that side because that side is always flat anyway, so they're not going to see it. So I need to. So what I want to do with this is that I want to paint a tartan. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to use some, I'm just going to mix some red. What did I say? I'm going to do some gold and red. So I'm going to do gold and a little bit of red. The red, where's my glitter? I've got some red glitter that I kind of want to use. Actually, I'm not going to use that red. I'm going to use a shimmer ruby red that I've got. I had red glitter somewhere. Why is it not in here? There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of like do a mix of the red glitter and the ruby. And I've got some gold. So, where's my other small one? I've got 1,000,001 paintbrushes. So I'm going to make like a tartan pattern between these colors, and then yeah. So. Again, I'm going to use some quick dry. Quick dry is fabulous with this stuff. I won't use water because you want it to dry fairly quickly. And I'm going to make it rather like a thickish paint so that it comes out thicker rather than not. And you have to keep the lid on your quick dry because it's literally that, it'll quick dry out of it. So I'm going to make like a tartan pattern. Which is basically what, squares. So I did want to try doing it as a what have you got? Oh, no, it's sweet. To keep my puppy dog happy. She loves booze. Happy and not in trouble. Let's get some more. She goes through them. I don't actually know why she trials these things so much. So then I'm going to go across. I feel like I need to look at a tartan pattern. Oh, what I was going to say is what I wanted to try and do was actually make like a stencil tartan pattern. I've got a scan cut machine. I just didn't get around to actually try doing it. But it is something that I will try and get around. Because I kind of want to try and use my scan cut machine to make patterns for the airbrushing. Might go a little over time. I was actually hoping to finish up earlier than this. This has taken a little longer than I expected. So I'm going to mishmash, because really that's how tartan works, with a little bit of a mishmashing of colors. And I'll probably put some gold back on top. So I'm going to just put a little bit of glitter on the other end. So I'm going to put like a bow there. So over here, I kind of just want to put a sprinkle of sprinkles. I'm just going to put some glue on so that the sprinkles stick to it. Just to give it that extra bit of other kind of color. And I mean, Mrs. Huster is kind of fun and colorful. She's a very fun, colorful lady. But her brand colors are these colors, so that's why I kind of wanted to use them. So I'm just gonna start out with a sprinkle at the bottom, and then just do like a sprinkling to the top. So not too much, just enough for, you know, just a shimmer off, a little bit of an oomph. And then we'll just give it some more glitter in areas. Need to give it some more gold. So we've got a bit of a tartan pattern going and everything. I'm just going to let this dry a little bit, and then I'll do the bow that's going to go on there. Not 100% the way I was hoping it would turn out, but I'm not completely unhappy with it. I'm just going to change this because again, I'm working with blue. Don't really want to change the color too much. We're going to shimmer up these. So let's just take the blue just to shimmer everything up. I'm actually not going to make this one totally covered. I want it in a different. In fact, what I might just do is put a little bit of white just to change it up a bit. So her brand colors are blue, hence why I want to use the different shades of blue. And I've got, I'm going to use some blue. Oh, that's nice. That's not what was supposed to happen. Sorry. Sometimes when when your icing's been sitting, it needs to be mixed again, and I was too lazy to mix this. So this is what happens. Goodness. So, but we will. It won't cause too much of a train smash. We'll just fix it. We will just fix it. We fix everything. We fix it all. We fix it all. It's okay, because we're going to go over that anyway with the colors. Let's just make sure it's not running like that. Right. Okay, so that's all I'm actually going to do with that. I'm going to then just put some sprinkles of blue and white. And this is mixed in with some edible dark blue glitter, so that will work well. So like I said, I don't really have any actual pearls. I've only got, diamonds, which is what I really wanted to use. You get these edible diamonds, which I don't have. But I do have all these pearls. We're going to use some pearls and stuff. So this has got a nice mix of stars, and just want to put some more white in here actually. And I get all my daiquiris and stuff from all over the place because everyone's got different stuff. So I can't even say specifically from here or from there or whatever, because what I really wanted to use from here, and I think pretty. What I really wanted to use from here is that there are these tiny little, balls, which I wanted to use. So I kind of didn't want to really use the big ones. I just wanted to use what I'm going to probably use is one or two big blue ones, but the whites and the grey ones, I just want these tiny little ones. You can pick them up. to a certain point, you kind of need to, when you're doing stuff like this, you kind of like strategically place everything. So, possibly one more over there. Oh man, I want some more. I can't get them to stick to my finger to put them down. So funny. Just to give it that little bit of oomph. Yeah, I think I'm happy with this one actually. I'm very happy with this one. Okay. So I think that one looks pretty cool. And it's nice and shiny and elegant, like jewelry. Okay, so let's just move this mess because now this is just a big mess because of the icing having messed. We're almost done. Almost done. So much glitter and I'm live streaming today, so basically I'm leaving the whole setup. I'm live streaming tonight, so what I'm going to do is clean up my kitchen all over here and just leave everything else set up so that I can, you know, carry on later this evening. Later this evening we are doing we're doing the Mexican theme on Twitch, and then the whole point of this is to help me not have to clean up so much. Which is not happening to be the case. Okay, and then the one thing I am going to add is a little bit of green and a little bit of purple. So I've got some a green shimmer and a purple shimmer. If I can find it in my box of tricks. I have an emerald and I have a lilac. Okay. So just going to use some of these colors to, that's the one that's supposed to be used for that one. So I'm going to stick with doing some blue first. Where's my blue gone? I do have a different blue. I'm going to mix the, I do have a different blue somewhere. I've got a turquoisey blue, which I might just use. And now I feel like the pink needs to be underneath there. Oh. No, that's not the pink I want. That's it. This one. Oh, I'll do that. No, this is cerise. I have a rose, which is. So what I would like you to, I don't know if you can see. So now we start out with this where it's looking kind of bland for me. Like I feel like it's a bit bland. So I'm going to just spruce up in between with the light pink. Just shimmer it up. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use some quick drying and she's here, baby. She's So I'm actually stressed that I'm going to go over this a bit because I kind of want to get a bit of a pinky feel to some of these pieces that are on here, so I'm not too stressed. Yeah, it is a nice day today. Oh, okay, I knew that was coming. I don't know, baby. Maybe Dad can take you later. Okay, so instead of dusting it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint it on lava, just so that the dusting doesn't get everywhere. Otherwise the dusting gets all over the place. It will dry with the shimmer. It is a nice day, babe. Okay, can you stop saying that to me? I told you, you'll have to speak to Dad. Maybe you can go with Dad. Mom's busy. So you can see the different shades that I'm using kind of just can change up the color a bit. I'll just put a little bit of pink on there to shimmer it a bit. And this is what I mean by, for me it looks boring until I start doing stuff like this on it, and then it doesn't look so boring anymore. Like it wasn't looking like anything for me until we started painting and putting like a shimmer on it. I don't know, baby, you'll have to speak to them. Okay. So this one has a bit of a pink, it's a pink glitter, which is really, really nice. I'll just put more of it. So this one's like a mix of pink paint, edible paints and glitter in one, which actually makes it look quite nice. Actually. Just put a little bit here and there. Just to then I'm just going to do a little bit on the green. I don't want the green too strong, so I'm going to dust the green. I like dusting. Dusting kind of, it's like painting, and you can get different shades and different effects, and I feel like it can really, you know, spruce things up and make it look like something. And there's my mosaic inspired cakesicle. Okay, so that one's done, that one's done. We need to just do that one. So I think what I'm going to do is just finish up the white one. Oh, let's make sure that everything's in the right colors and the right lids. Okay. So I think I'm going to just finish up this one. Just use some gold. Where's my gold? Oh, I used something else, not gold. Oh, it was from the. Okay. I'm just going to add a little bit more so that it's like literally a drop or two, just to make it a little bit thinner. Because as it's sitting, this is getting thicker and thicker because the quick dry is literally drying out. So what I'm doing is I'm painting the leaves so that the leaves are gold. But you can see with royal icing, it kind of dries quite a bit. It's not completely dry, but the outside is dry enough to be able to do this. So I mean, if you actually like squashed it, it would squash. When royal icing is completely dry, it's pretty rock hard. But at the moment, it's not at that stage. But it's just enough for me to paint. There's another leaf. Totally missed out. Okay. I feel like this is missing just a little bit of glitter, which is what I'm going to put on top. And that is my word, my word inspired. So now we just got one more to do, finish off, and that is and that is my bow that I need to make, which I'm going to use this nice dark blue. I'm just going to roll out and make a bow. We'll go over it. Also going to spruce it up with some shimmer. So I'm not too stressed that that the glitter's getting on it. I just need a ruler from my child. Trusty pizza cutter that really works really well with this kind of stuff. It helps it to not, it cuts it nice and clean and doesn't drag it, which is awesome. Otherwise it drags. And when I say drags, when you cut, it'll drag the so we're just going to put this across like that. So I'm just going to chop that bit off there, and I'm just going to make it go around. It's fine. Okay, so we can flatten it a bit. Okay, and then we're going to just do that again, and then we're going to create our bow. Just going to make it a little bit wider. Actually, no, it needs to be the same. It's very wider, but it actually needs to be the same depth as that, roughly. Let's go, and maybe one. What we do is we just pull these together. Now the bow could possibly have actually made it beforehand so that it holds up rather than falling down. I'm just gonna pull it like that. I don't have all my tools nearby. I only got some stuff nearby. Ah, this is not working. Sorry. You can actually just do it this way. Okay, Daddy's in a meeting, baby. Oh, there we go. That one worked out better. Oh! That one worked out better. There we go. We're going to just pop a bit of glue there. And I'm going to put a bow like that. So what I am going to do is I'm going to just cut a piece of that thin one. And I'm going to wrap it around over there. Like that. Okay, so there's our little bow. And I'll have to take some nice pictures of them. And this one, unfortunately, cannot go to Joburg. The person is in Joburg, but yeah, I mean, if the others want to come collect theirs, they're more than welcome to come collect theirs. Otherwise, my husband's going to eat it, or my child's going to eat it. But yeah, just let's spruce this up so that it's nice and, you know. My favorite is using these shimmers. I love them. They really just give that extra oomph to, you know, the gum paste and stuff. That's so, when it's dry, it's just, yeah, for me it doesn't. Okay, so that's us. That's me done. That's pretty cool. I'm actually super happy. They came out really, really nicely. I'm going to give you some space here so that you can see each one of them. And I'll take some nice pretty pictures of them once I've cleaned up. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. That way, that way. Anyway, guys, that is me for now. If you want to catch me tonight, I'll be on Twitch tonight on our Swiggity Sweetie stream, and we'll be making Mexican nachos and churros, and yeah, and that is totally relaxed and chilled, and yeah, and we'll go from there. Anyway, guys, have a fantastic weekend. Watch my Facebook page for what we might be doing next week. Chat to you later. Have a lovely weekend.